Welcome back, 7:44 for today's Friday Flicks. We have a very special guest.
I love what's written in the prompter. It says, my brother Phil is here to talk about his favorite Friday the 13th films. Hi, Lens. That's what it says in the prompter.
Hi. Everyone knows he's Lens. That's why.
Lens, of course, if you haven't seen my brother before, he's huge horror fan. So horror is your thing, right, Lemon?
That is correct.
And
yeah, it's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, Friday the 13th, my favorite horror film is Halloween, but my second favorite franchise is Friday the 13th.
Okay, so today is Friday the 13th. Are you going to have a marathon at your house and watch all of them, or what?
Yeah, I'm going to watch them, probably not in sequential order, because I the script a little bit.
Got it. Okay, so we're going to go from least adored to most adored, a top 10 list. We'll do 5 here and 5 next hour, but go ahead and start with number 10.
Okay, number 10. My least favorite Friday the 13th movie is Part 6, which I have here for you. Mainly because it has a lot of really kind of obnoxious characters. It's kind of hokey and silly and movie as opposed to a Friday the 13th movie. Real backwoods characters that I didn't really care for. So that's why I personally don't like it.
Okay, what about number 9?
Number 9, a new... This is...
We're cutting out a little bit, Lens. We don't want to lose you, but your audio's cutting out just a tad bit.
Oh, okay.
There you are. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Part 5, A New Beginning, it was a reimagining of the series, so to speak, but the weird part is that Jason isn't even in the film. He's not even the killer in the movie. I know.
That's weird.
Very strange.
All
Yeah.
right. What about number 8?
All right, you ready for number 8? Coincidentally, is Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, it alludes to the fact that it takes place in New York City, but you'll be surprised most of the film takes place aboard a ship. It's only the last third of the movie that takes place in New York City.
That's very odd. Okay, number 7?
Number 7 is Friday the 13th, Part 2. The original. This one was actually a lot of fun. It has a lot of very unique kills. Pretty interesting for their time. Yeah.
And
something to look forward to.
And number 6,
for my number 6, the remake of the Friday the 13th came out in 2009. Very slick production, some fun acting. But really, it fell flat at the box office, and that's probably why we haven't seen a Friday the 13th movie in 6 years.
That's too long. That's too long for a
some
Friday
people,
the 13th fan. Okay, you're back next hour with your top 5, right?
That is correct.
Top 5 next hour. My brother Phil for Phil's Friday Flicks, a Friday the 13th edition.
So
Thanks.
how many movies are there in the series?
How many, Lens?
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah. We lost his audio.
We'll find out. I'll ask him that when we join him again next hour. So
we'll figure.
Yeah, I'm curious. I haven't seen any. Honestly.
You never seen one? Okay.
Welcome back. It is 8:36 for today's Friday Flicks. We have a very special guest.
That's right. My brother Phil here to talk about his favorite Friday the 13th films. Hey, Lens.
Hi, Justin. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
Happy to see you once again. Last hour we did 10 to 6. He ranked them in least adored to most adored. So the top 5, we're going to see which ones he likes.
Yeah, and you said there's 12 Friday the 13ths.
Yes, altogether there have been 12 movies that feature Jason in some capacity or another.
That's
yes.
a lot.
And then that includes the one that you told us last hour that didn't have Jason in it, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. There's an entire movie with him not being featured in the movie at all.
Okay.
That's odd.
So we're going to go number 5 to number 1. We're counting them down from coast to coast. So here, here you go, number 5. Take it away, Lens.
Number 5 is the original that started it all in 1980, Friday the 13th. Now, it's a great film. It's pretty raw and fun. It kind of came on the heels of Halloween. The great question I have for you and your viewers is, the killer Jason, or is it his mother?
Huh.
Ooh.
Interesting. I don't know because I haven't seen it.
Sounds like Psycho.
Okay.
Right?
I'm sure somebody out there knows.
Okay.
Text us or tweet us. And then you say Kevin Bacon was in that? That was one of his first films?
Absolutely. So Kevin Bacon, in an early role, he's portrayed in. He is a character, a camp counselor in this role. He doesn't last very long, so I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
All right, number 4.
Number 4 is actually the 4th in the franchise. It's called Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter.
Ooh.
It too has some star power, if you want to call it that. It has Corey Feldman in it and Crispin Glover.
And obviously not very final.
I was going to say, there were many more to come after that one.
Yeah, because that was 4. And now you
Yeah.
say there's 12 total. My goodness. Okay.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So for number 3, I've actually grouped 3 in the number 3 category. I don't own these, but they get honorable mentions. That's Jason X, which takes place in outer space, if you haven't seen that one.
What?
That's weird, too. Okay.
And there's one called Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, which again was not very... There's a recent one which did actually quite well where they paired Jason against Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Jason versus Freddy. A pretty recent film, very slick production, and it got a lot of accolades. Actually, fans enjoyed that one.
All right, very cool, Lens. 2 more, number 2 and number 1. We got to do it in about 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, one of my personal faves, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. It pairs Jason against a young woman who actually has telekinetic powers. Fans of the series actually call it Jason versus Carrie because he meets his match in this young character.
And your best
And are you ready for
favorite Friday the 13th for
Yes.
Friday Phil's Flicks?
Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D.
Oh, in 82 they were doing 3D.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, they were. In the early 80s, there was kind of a bit of a renaissance of 3D, kind of like we have now. And it's a very hokey film. Also just kind of silly. There's disco music and bikers. And this is where he first dons the hockey mask.
See, and I thought he was in the hockey mask
From
in
the
1 and 2,
beginning,
but
yeah.
he's not. He's not until 3, apparently. Okay. Very
Yeah.
cool. All right, we don't have time for the Valentine's movie, so you're going to have to find Lens, my brother, on Facebook. His name is Phil Fess. You can find him there. All of our legions of fans here that can find you to find out your favorite Valentine's movie.
Yeah, and maybe they can talk a little bit if they're horror
Horror fanatics.
fans or fanatics, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Lens, Phil, doing it right now, live
Phil.
this morning. Phil's Flicks, a great addition. Thanks, buddy.
It is now 8:41. We'll be right back.
I don't think I've ever called my brother buddy. But